Sarah stood in front of her small house, the only thing she owned in the world, and signed the papers that sold it for $120,000. Her son, Michael, had just gotten accepted to Harvard, his dream, but they had no money for tuition. "Mom, you don't have to do this," Michael said, tears in his eyes. But Sarah smiled, touching his face gently. "Your education is my investment in the future. Go and make me proud." With that money, she sent him to America, and with nowhere to live, she moved into a small shelter, taking whatever work she could find. Years passed, and she cleaned houses, worked night shifts, and slowly saved every penny, never once asking Michael for help because she didn't want to be a burden. Michael, meanwhile, thrived in America. He graduated top of his class, got a high-paying job at a tech company, and married a beautiful American woman named Jennifer. After 15 years, he decided to return to his home country to find his mother and bring her to America. He searched everywhere, asked old neighbors, but everyone said Sarah had disappeared. Then one evening, as Michael and Jennifer checked into a 5-star hotel for their stay, Michael noticed something. An older woman in a cleaning uniform was mopping the floor in the lobby, her back bent, her hands worn and wrinkled. His heart stopped. It was his mother. "Mom," he whispered, stepping closer. Sarah looked up, and for a moment their eyes met. She saw her son, successful, well-dressed, standing next to an elegant woman who must be his wife. And in that split second, Sarah made a decision. She looked away and continued mopping, pretending she didn't recognize him. Michael froze, confused. "Mom, it's me, Michael." But Sarah shook her head. "I think you have mistaken me for someone else, sir." Jennifer tugged at Michael's arm. "Honey, let's go. You're probably just tired." That night, Michael couldn't sleep. He went back to the lobby at 3 a.m. and found his mother sitting alone on a bench during her break. "Why did you pretend you don't know me?" he asked, his voice breaking. Sarah looked at him with eyes full of pain and love. "Because I saw the way your wife looked at me. I saw the shame in your eyes when you realized the cleaning lady was your mother. I didn't want to embarrass you in front of her." Michael fell to his knees, sobbing. "Mom, I was never ashamed. I was shocked. I've been looking for you for weeks." Sarah touched his head gently. "Then why didn't you tell her who I am?" Michael had no answer. The truth was, in that moment, he had hesitated. He had worried about what Jennifer would think. And his mother had seen it all. The next morning, the hotel manager called Michael to his office. "Mr. Michael, I believe you met one of our staff members yesterday. What you don't know is that your mother, Sarah, is not just a cleaning lady here. She is the reason this hotel exists." Michael's eyes widened in confusion. The manager continued, 15 years ago, a businessman named Richard was staying here. He had a heart attack in his room, and your mother found him. She performed CPR, saved his life, and stayed with him until the ambulance arrived. Richard was so moved by her kindness that when he recovered, he found out about her situation, about how she sold everything to send you to school. He was so impressed by her sacrifice that he offered her a job and over the years promoted her. Last year, Richard passed away, and in his will, he left 40% ownership of this hotel to your mother. She is now one of the owners of this entire chain. She never told you because she wanted you to succeed on your own, without feeling obligated to her." Michael stood there, completely shattered. His mother, whom he almost denied in front of his wife, was not just a cleaning lady. She was a woman of dignity, sacrifice, and strength who had built her own success while he was building his. When he found her again, he fell at her feet. "Forgive me, Mom, I failed you." Sarah lifted him up, tears in her eyes. "You never failed me, my son. You just forgot for a moment where you came from. But now you remember, and that's all that matters.